Hi, welcome to another Interstellar Prime update video. Today we're going to take a look at a, behind the scenes. And my goal today is kind of like to get a feedback and see how many people would be benefiting from seeing the behind the scenes stuff. The way I'm seeing it is that I'm already going to be making games anyway, so might as well talk in the mic as I do it. If it helps people that are trying to make games, so I can kind of share the tips and tricks. So if you guys would let me know down in the comments if this will help and should I be spending my time doing this. If not, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your guys' time, right? So just kind of give me a feedback if this will be a good idea of me showing behind the scenes and then kind of like do a mini tutorial, kind of like a talk as I go type of deal. So this is just kind of like example, and it will be my first one. So I would probably be stuttering and be pretty scatterbrained a lot. And this is kind of the only way I can do this while finishing this massive scale of a game. Because if I have to edit and write the script and doing all that stuff, I won't be able to do everything that I need to do. So in order to do this, I'm going to have to kind of show you and talk as I do it. That type of deal, like how I'm going to do today. So what I'm doing today, just to get started, as an example, is I'm going to show you how I make this character sit down, and when I walk close to him, he looks at me, and when I walk away, he looks back to what he was doing, and also when I activate a conversation with him, he would stand up, look at me, and then talk as I go like this, right? And the camera
As
work
long as
and
you
all that
don't
stuff.
walk into it, you can move around.
And then when he's done, he's going to look back at where he was and then kind of reorientate his body and then do the same thing. So, and kind of same way with this guy, as you can see that he's looking at me everywhere I go. He would look, but if I'm behind him, he's not. But so that's more of something that's kind of like a handle by an asset or a script. But what I'm about to show you is how to use those assets and script using PlayMaker to tie everything together. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to my scene here, view, and then I'm going to look at this particular character, which is David, and he has a few finite state machine or FSM, PlayMaker FSM. If you guys don't know about any of this, don't worry. Again, this is just a test. This is just kind of like to see you guys' feedback. If you guys like my voice doing this, if you guys like the way I talk, am I too scatterbrained, talk too fast, or is this going to be something that's viable? Pretty much. So if a lot of you say, hey, please go ahead and do this, then yeah, I'm going to do a few more and just get more feedback and see if this could be a thing. So if you don't know anything about PlayMaker, you know anything about any of the scripts, that's okay. If you guys want me to make tutorial videos here and there, I can do that. And then we can go from there, and I'll explain to you what PlayMaker is, do a really basic kind of like start to finish type of stuff. If enough of you like say that this is something that I should be spending my time doing because I'm actually decent at it. But if not, again, I'm not going to waste your guys' time and my time. So yeah, let me know down below in the comment, please. All right, back to what I was saying. So David has PlayMaker or FSM state machine, which is basically another way to program without having to write codes, right? And how it works is it has blocks, and each block has a state, and only one state can be entered at a time. So that's why it's called finite state machine. So in each state, you can tell what action a given game object can do, right? So that's basically how this entire game is built. It's through using assets and using PlayMaker. So in this particular case, I am creating what's called a PlayMaker that its name Look At Manager. So kind of name explains it. It will look at whatever I tell it to look at according to what state it's in. right now at start state is looking at default. So, and I set up a variable inside my state machine that I want to have default body look at, which is basically saying that when the player is not around, where should the body be pointing to, right? Because I don't want him to be like scattered all over the place. So that's what what would help with it. He would be looking at body default, and right here it's a game object, and I set it to be this particular operation table drawer, which is, you can see in the game here. So by default, if the player is not talking to him, he will orient his body towards this game object. That's basically what that action says. The next is setting his eye, which is a game component, which is eyes, which is I use Salsa, which is I highly recommend it. They have great support. It's and of course I don't get paid for saying any of this. I mean, come on, I only have 300 subscribers. But anyway, I can recommend them enough. They're amazing. But anyway, this particular asset, Salsa, it controls the mechanism of a humanoid game object that, you know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It's just a test. It's basically telling the humanoid mechanism to actually do animations according to the sound, where to look at. Long story short, it's a great asset. And what it will do is will allow the character to look at things, and I can control it. So that's what this set property is. It's basically telling that at this state, which is at look at default, it's telling David's eye to look at this particular prop, which is the iPad, whatever, not iPad, whatever futuristic pad. And then he will also smooth look at user owner, which is himself, to default body look at, which is the operation table. So that what is default is. And it's going to do that until he basically gets to that state. And once it's done, basically when the body orient to what it says, it's going to exit that state, go to standby, which is it's going to, every single frame, it's going to get a distance between him and player, and then it's going to look at the comparison until it's less than the player look at distance, which is another variable right here. Player look at player distance 2.5 meters. Until it's less than that, he's not going to do anything, or he's not going to do anything until then. When the player gets really close, less than 2.5 meters, he's going to go ahead and enter into the state of look at player, which is pretty much all the state is telling David to look at player head and get the distance, and then do that until the player goes near. And then let's see what happens. So right now he's standing by. When I walk closer, he's looking at player right now, right? So, and then he's going to get that distance until I walk farther away, and then it goes back to look at default. However, I also have a condition where if I talk, notice that he entered this in convo mode, or a state, which is he's going to stay there and don't change anything until the conversation is inactive. And the moment that happens, when I exit out of the conversation, he's going to go back to the default state, just like that. So, and the same applies to everybody else. So that's basically the behind the scene of how I make the character interact and have this live, or trying to bring this game alive, and by using assets. So, and then when you get really good at just making the PlayMaker work with all these different assets, and then you can scale it up, and that's how you make a game at the scale. Anyway, so let me know in the comments below if my talking while working would actually help anybody. If not, it's okay. Just let me know. If it does, I can keep doing this, because I'm going to be developing a game anyway, right? Might as well talk in the mic, and then if it helps people, so be it. Um, all right, looking forward to reading your comments, and please hit the subscribe button if you want more of this, and to notice or to get notification, hit the bell thing icons. So whenever I post a new one, it will kind of pop up in your notification. And give it a like or dislike. If you don't like this, I want to know too. Just hit a dislike and comment in below why I suck. So I would appreciate any type of feedback. And don't worry, I'm thick-skinned, so you can just whatever you have any criticism. I'm more than willing to take it. And my goal is just to provide value to through YouTube here for people to be able to make games. Um, yeah, so, but again, I'm not a tutorial maker. I'm not a professional tutorial maker, so I will be doing what I can. So just kind of getting a feedback of if my style would help you guys or not. If not, again, I don't want to waste our time. So yeah, let me know in the comment, and I will be posting more of these videos if demand and supply, I guess. Until then, have a great day, and talk to you soon. Keep dreaming.